Well, welcome back. Yeah, it's mid-June and I'm wearing a coat and a hat. It's like 50 degrees. Wind's chilly. Anyways, old Betsy's CV axle on the right side now is broken. So we're gonna take what we learned from doing the left side and apply it to the right side today. So hopefully it goes a little bit better. I have to round up a few more tools. I went and bought the part last night. It was basically the same price. I think it came out to like 120-ish, something like that. And so we should be able to pop this tire off, move everything forward, take that pin, the roll pin out of it. We'll put it in neutral so we can spin the tires this time so we can get a good angle on that roll pin, because that was one issue we had last time. And then we'll knock that roll pin out, pull that shaft, put in the new one, and then put everything back together. I think I took apart a lot more stuff than I needed to last time, so hopefully it'll be easier this time. We shouldn't have to take apart so much. So and if I need to figure out what's going on, I can watch my own video. Anyways, I hope you guys are having a good day. I hope this ends up being a good video. Thanks so much for tuning in. All right, so we have it jacked up off the ground now. And while we're here, because we will have to undo this sway bar linkage, I actually have a new link for that. So we'll replace the sway bar linkage on this side as well. So the next steps, and what I think I did last time, was I ended up taking the entire rotor off, the brakes, and everything else, which I don't think I need to do. What I think I need to do this time is undo this here, undo our sway bar linkage, and I believe there's another bolt on the bottom here. I don't know if I can see that, so we'll undo that one, and I'm going to try to pull this out like I did last time, and then I'll slide underneath, pull that roll pin out, which we'll have to jack both sides up so we can spin these tires if it's not in a good spot for knocking it out, and then we should be able to pull this out. Hopefully we won't have to take the whole thing apart this time, and we'll have the opportunity to get that sway bar linkage changed out too. So I'm going to get started on pulling this part. Awesome. So I have that first nut off of here, and that's the crown nut. You just got to pop that cotter pin out of there, and then that's at 3/4 of an inch to get it off there. So now I've got that one off. I'm going to disconnect this sway bar linkage, and I'm just going to disconnect the whole thing since we're going to be replacing it, and then I'm going to see what else we need to do to pull it down on this side. So we'll see how it goes. I still haven't crawled up and saw where my roll pin is yet, but I did go ahead and get my car on some blocks, so I might cut a few more blocks because I'm gonna have to get the other side up too. Anyways, let's continue. All right, and then on the sway bar linkage, the smaller one is a 12 millimeter for some reason, and the top one's actually a 9/16. I have no idea where I measured them out, and those are the ones that fit tight. So we'll get this changed out too. You can see there's a bit of rust and real rubber parts are worn out. So I've got a new one to replace this. I've got one more bolt I think we need to undo on here, which is this crown nut right here. So that will be our next one. So I'm going to pull that cotter pin and pull that off there, and we'll see if we can slide this out forward, and then I'll crawl underneath and we'll undo the rest of the shaft. So all right, keep continuing. Awesome. So I ended up taking off more than almost what I did last time. I'm having trouble getting this arm off the bottom here, and so I had took off the brake caliper, which had 14 millimeter bolts. I thought maybe the weight was causing issues pulling it off. This middle one one actually was so loose that I was able to untwist it by hand. This is a 1 1/4, I believe. What I ended up doing to get that arm down was taking this bolt off. It was also a 14, and pulling it out from here, because this nut I took off and this just wouldn't come through. So it should be all disconnected now. I think we're all caught up. So I'm gonna crawl under and see where that roll pin is located at this point, and we'll decide if we need to jack up the other side and put it in neutral to spin the wheel so that we can get it to the right location. Let me crawl under here and have a look. All right, so I got the roll pin out. It was actually facing the right direction. I used this screwdriver and just pounded it through. I ended up breaking the end of the screwdriver because it got stuck on the inside and wouldn't pull out. So it should be loose now. So this piece should be able to come up, and then this should pull out. If I can get the, might have to loosen that boot or cut it. One of the, that's it. If I can find the loosening part. Oh, here it is. See if we can get it off of there. Flathead somewhere. Flathead I didn't break. But it should just come out all together. So let's see. There we go. How does that go? I shouldn't have to take the boot off, but there we go. Then it should pull right on out. And that is our axle shaft. So now we're just going to do everything in reverse direction. So let me get the new one out. I'll walk you guys through what we got. And then of course, we'll do the sway bar linkage as well. All right, so we've got the sway bar linkage right here, and then our actual shaft is right here, and it's all just one piece. It will have a new roll pin in here and everything, and these are both from import direct, which I'm sure means imported directly from China and cheap as shit, which is really great because I like the cheap stuff and can't afford expensive stuff. So this is going to work out real well. Old Betsy's got close to 300,000 miles or something now, so we just keep it running. So let me pull this out, get this slid in, get that pin on, and then we'll start putting the outside back together at the same time. So well, welcome back. I was having some real trouble getting this roll pin in, and you can see it on the top right there. I had tried to drive it from the bottom and the top, and I knew I was lined up, and I couldn't figure out why it wasn't going through. And I took it off and tried pushing the roll pin just through the outer casing there, and it wouldn't go through. So what I did was I got my files out, and I just filed those holes so that they were smoother, and as soon as I filed them out, it went right through. So I think it was just the Chinese parts that just weren't well made, so they just needed a little file on to fit. But that's in, so now I'm going to start reattaching everything on the outside. So whoop, back that up a little bit. Hope you guys are enjoying the video. Well, she is all back together now, so we'll take a quick ride and see how she rolls. Awesome. And she probably needs a new starter too. Back up and try not to hit the side by side. There we go. Not hearing any horrible noises, which is good. Probably. I mean, she always makes some noises. I'm gonna go drop off some tools and call it a day. Thanks so much for tuning in.